Hello everyone, my name is Sam Ehiwe and welcome to the Polity Today on Vantage TV. It's nice to have you all here, and it's generally said that if the good people fail to do something about governance, the fools will be the ones to ultimately govern them. Today we'll be discussing very relevant issues as it relates to governance in Nigeria, with particular attention on the 2023 presidential election. A lot has happened within Nigeria, a lot will happen, and as we speak, a lot is happening. With me here, we have Nduka Enweliku. Hope I got the name right.
Enweliku.
Now, just like you said, speaking with delegates to ensure they get the right candidate, I can recall vividly last week, I spoke with one of the statutory delegates. To be most precise, he's a former House of Reps member. Now, he talks about the, in the course of our conversation and discussion, he talked about the style of the vice president, the ideal candidate, just like what you said. So when he goes for interactions with delegates, he sells ideas. So he's not just going around running around stadiums. He sells ideas, and he gives the people, the delegates, the opportunity to ask questions, because so they are issue-based. So you don't just go there to, try to buy them with money. He doesn't buy the crowds, people who follow him, according to what he said. Anybody you see rolling around, mobilizing themselves, they mobilize themselves. They are not bought crowd. They are not crowd that are bought. So that appears to be in tandem, right? With what you just said, that he appears to be the right candidate for the All Progressive. Maybe not appears. You said he's the right candidate.
He is.
Okay, great. So now you see, in recent times there have been discussions around the All Progressives Congress, and thank God you're a member, zoning the ticket to the north. Now, that has sent shockwaves through the spines of many onlookers, all right? And I want to believe, except you're privy to a better information, such information is enough to send shockwaves through your marrows. So what do you have to say about that, the APC zoning the ticket to the north?
Well, what I've seen is that, we're coming from a place where in 2003, 2007, you had, 2007, let's say 2007, you had presidential candidates who were just sitting in their rooms, and they called them and they were endorsed. Somebody came, they didn't go anywhere, they were not even popular. So the election then, the electoral system was just INEC then, we're just allocating votes. So it was easy for you to bring out anyone from your room and say this is the next president of Nigeria. But as it is now, we have beavers, we have electronic voting, people are more aware, people are more conscious. So it will be very difficult for you to bring out a candidate just for bringing out sake and think, okay, the candidate will come, you sell the person, this is the person who will anointed and the person who will win. So I'm saying that as a foundation for this conversation. So zoning to the north or to the south. For the APC, we've had 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is from the northwest. And equity and whatever it is, even if it is not in our constitution, the practice, convention, you have constitutional provisions, you have conventions, which is a practice, and that's the norm, and that's politics. States clearly that it's going to come to the south, and I believe clearly that it's coming to the south. So those that are postulating for it to go to the north, just for selfish reasons, there's no one of them that is doing it for any reason, whether for Nigeria, it's selfish reasons. For instance, I will say this clearly because this is a matter that is very, very, very dear to my heart. I read in the papers that where a former governor, who is a Senate whip now, talks about, someone is there from the northeast, the person was his classmate, and they were in the hostel, and they think the person will be, that's Okalu.
Okay.
With all due respect, it's an internal contest, so I will try as much as possible to be civil. He said, okay, step down his presidential ambition for one man. Okalu did not buy a presidential form. And to come out and say the northeast, are you saying, is it for the good of the country, or for what? At this stage of Nigeria, where everybody is tearing apart, everybody's, we're talking about uniting the country, and you're talking about that. These are selfish politicians as far as I'm concerned. And in Nigeria today, we should not even, I'm not going to mince words about it. It's coming to the south. If the APC zones it to the north, APC will lose the presidential elections. APC will lose the presidential elections. And I heard the argument that, they are trying to do it, if the PDP zones to the north, then APC has to bring out a northern candidate. Who brought up that mass? People just bring out this mass for their selfish reasons. Let's come to it. We have 17 states in southern Nigeria. We have 19 in northern Nigeria. They say that if the north is monolithic, everybody votes one way. When you say candidates, we are voting that way. Are they looking at Nigeria? Look at Nigeria as sheep or what? I think that is just it. So are you telling me that when a northerner comes up with Professor Yemi Osinbajo at the head of our ticket that cuts across everyone, we defeat the northerners in their states? The Northerners, some of them are proposing that she will come to the APC and be our candidate, will not even win in his region. If they do it, if they pay them, Osinbajo will win in that region. So I think we have to be very careful to talk about the unity of Nigeria, not selfishness. You know, people are bound to see all these things because they think, okay, I'm closer to this person, so it's better for me to be close to this person and benefit or something. That is just it. And wherever they say, oh, our party is quiet, the party chairman in the past has talked about how we should be North, is pro-North, he has talked about no zoning. We did a national convention in March, and all the positions that were zoned to the South in the National Working Committee were swapped to the North for this purpose. Yes. So anyone from the North that is talking about that, then the person does not want the unity of Nigeria. The person is selfish and thinks, okay, you think when you bring out a candidate and this is the candidate, then you have the machine to make that person win. They don't have the machine to make the person win because the Nigerians will determine who will win. And for now, if they run opinion polls, if they do their sampling, as politicians should do, as they do in other parts of the world. In other parts of the world at this stage, the vice president should have the right of first refusal. You cannot have the vice president of the US running for election and people are coming up to run. You know, people just come up. We say we're adopting the American system. You can't have the vice president. Hillary Clinton only ran in 2020 because Joe Biden was not going to run. Joe Biden, no, 2016, I beg your pardon. Yeah, because Joe Biden as VP was not going to run. So, but in 2020, when Joe Biden came up, you saw as VP, you saw that the establishment was behind him. So you can't have a vice president that is successful. According to Ganduje said it, other governors have talked about this vice president is uncommon. It's the best vice president we've had in the history of this country. And people are running. Well, yeah, that is democracy. Let them run. But now you come and say you want to zone it to the North, and if they bring out article from the Northeast, and we bring out the candidate from the Northeast also, and they say, okay, Ojos of Kalu also talked about NNPP in Kano, Kwankwanso, which is now practically domiciled in Kano. Yeah. Those candidates do not stand a chance with Professor Yemi Osinbajo. So are they telling me that the 17 North Southern states were bound by that number? The North Central, do they vote how people in the Northwest vote? The Northeast, do they vote the way the Northwesterns vote? You know, come up with all these kind of postulations and tell me, oh, if you do this. If they bring out a Northern candidate in APC will lose the presidential election before 10 a.m. on Saturday, the election day. If they bring out any Northern candidate before 10 a.m., APC will lose that election. Okay. That's clear. Because before you go, the candidate will not sell in the North, the candidate will not sell in the South. Electable candidate is what we are talking about, and that is Professor Yemi Osinbajo. So basically, what you're saying is the party should be fair in terms of when they're looking at issues of zoning. All the key political offices at the party level has gone to the North. And I think Mr. Alhaji El-Rufai even made reference to that prior to the APC's party convention, when he said the party structure will go to the North, and the reason is because the presidency will go to the South. And I think it's even, and I buy your argument, because I think it's even fair for the presidency's ticket, the ticket to go to the South, because the structure of the party is now currently with the North. So well, yes. Well, before you go, everything about the party you can see clearly is the people that bought the forms are more of Southerners. In the last, maybe some days to the close of this thing, you saw the Senate President buying, the Governor of Jigawa buying. People always fly like they are politicians. So the party has not said anything, but these things they are planting. They plant it in the headlines. They plant these ones, planted stories every day. Those stories are planted. Delegates favor Lawan. This one is all lies. Is all lies. Is all lies. And planted by people that want to benefit from it.
Now, Mr. Onduka, like I stated at the beginning, is the coordinator of ACT Now, a frontline support group of the All Progressives Congress, Nigeria's ruling political party. The ACT Now was involved in the 2015 and 2019 presidential elections, where they delivered the candidates of the All Progressives Congress. Now, like we said at the beginning of this show, the responsibility of good governance and democracy in any nation is a collective responsibility. If the good guys sit by without doing anything, the fools and those who have no good intentions for the country will definitely take power, and it will be detrimental for the common patrimony of our country. Thank you very much for staying tuned and for being with us all through. But interestingly, I'm a coffee man. You know, I take coffee a lot. Unduka, what do you take, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay, coffee. So I take coffee. Unduka takes coffee. So we are coffee men. Munduka, cheers.
Victory.
And to a better Nigeria.